Settled for and take it. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And the D looking like they may blitz. Now it's Ajayi. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Steps away to his, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Adrian Claiborne able to finally get him for a loss of 16, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. Here is the punter Jones as he gets this one away. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman, as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
3rd and 2, now Ryan. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And he'll keep this one away from Sproles as this is angled toward the sideline. Eagles will take over here in just a second on offense. And, Charles, as you look back to the Super Bowl title run that they just had, what were some of the moves that made that possible?
I'll keep it on the offensive side of the ball because I thought their front office did a fantastic job of having answers in case things happen. Carson Wentz goes out. Well, they had signed Nick Foles to back him up. That worked out pretty well. Getting Alshon Jeffrey as a weapon outside to help them in the passing game. Darren Sproles gets hurt at running back. Corey Clement was signed as an undrafted free agent. He filled in well, and they traded for Jay Ajayi. And how about Jason Peters losing the all-world left tackle? And Halapoulivaati Vaitai, who they drafted the year before, filled in quite capably. They had answers for everything they needed.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Wentz going to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Tack McKinley with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers. Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Graham. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles, the backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Play action. Now Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Here's Wentz to throw. Now he's forced out left. Now he'll let it go deep left sideline. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Falcons taking over on offense in just a second. And, you know, this year ended in disappointing fashion now. Last year was the ultimate version of heartbreak. But if you're a Falcon fan, was this one was tough to swallow as well, wasn't it?
It certainly was because, let's be honest about it, losing in the Super Bowl, I don't care how you lose, you're in the Super Bowl. You're playing for it all. This team was supposed to be as good or better. Ultimately ended up...
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Sanu, the man in motion right. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On second down, here's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 68 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And now running right through it. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning it.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now Ryan on first down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. On second down, Ryan throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, and it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Third and long, it's Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This is Freeman on first and 10. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them. Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Sean Weatherspoon, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
Now, that's not a call you see every day. A toss play inside their own 10-yard line. Takes a little bit of brass right there, and they were able to get a little bit of yardage.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. Wentz now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. To play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Fresh set of downs here. And now a 10th carry for Freeman, as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
line, going to give it to Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Time a factor as Ryan will hustle him to the line. They will run again with Coleman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. This is Ajayi. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Defense showing blitz. A final shot before half for Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that is incomplete. Time for... And never mind, Larry. These two teams apparently anxious to get back at it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Freeman again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. 2nd and 10 now. Ryan. And this one complete to Levine Toilolo. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Ryan to Toilolo for the Falcon first.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
And he's brought down. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Gabriel, the man in motion. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. They find some open field here. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, 37 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, being on the second half no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tech McKinley with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
This is fielded at the 27. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Gabriel, the man in motion. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Space to maneuver at the 40. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. tailback. He's got it running left. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Four yards remaining now on 2nd down. They'll toss it to Coleman. And some room to work. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. A 20th carry now for Freeman. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They toss to Freeman. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Coming left, it's Freeman. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and...
Touchdown, Falcons! Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action? I think nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Adrian Claiborne getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. Room here to run. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Wentz. And that's caught by Smith. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. The open man is Smith. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back right at the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Wentz now on 1st down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him near the 42. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Wentz to throw again. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Freeman, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that.
And got his man complete. A gain of 32 that time. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Here's Ajayi. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he is knocked down and then landed on pretty awkwardly right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.